Libra season is on its way. Hey,
Yes.
Janelle.
Yes, thank you so much. Exciting fall, you
Yes,
know, new beginnings, beauty, all our
of
things.
course. You're looking
All the
gorgeous.
Libra things.
Janelle, what's going on? What like we on the
That was
telephone?
a little Wendy Williams right there. How you doing?
You doing? Janelle,
Mhm.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats on your recent Emmy nomination. And of course, it's very well deserved. How are you feeling? Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Talk. Let's talk.
I'm good. You know, good. I'm happy. I'm content. This is like you said, my fourth nomination. I'm getting more comfortable with the thought, and everything that goes along with it. I am proud of the work that I'm doing. I'm proud of the show. I'm proud of the work that we're doing as a collective. It's an honor, as you know, to be recognized. I always think about the people, who I think should have been in this space who weren't ever, acknowledged, my fellow lady clowns. And so I'm happy, yeah, to represent, period. I was gonna say, women and all that. I'm happy to represent, period. Yeah.
I
So yeah,
love
that's how
that.
I'm doing.
Where were you when you learned about your nomination? Like, and have you celebrated yet? Like, did you go out for like a nice dinner, like
I'm
later
lame.
on in the
I'm
evening?
lame. I'll be in the house. So that's exactly where I was. And I always say, I always say every year, and we'll see how this comes across, but it's facts. The night before, I discuss with my mom. My mom tracks it more than I do. And my people, my agents, and so, oh, tomorrow, da da da. I'm excited. I go to sleep. I wake up. I forget. I really do. I
Really?
don't track. I don't look it up. I just say, oh, if the phone doesn't ring, then nothing happens. And then I don't even know why because I've forgotten. And then if it goes off, then I'm like, oh, I got nominated for an Emmy. So that's how I have been. I think last year I was like hiking when
What?
I found out. So I didn't even get it till I got back down the hill. I
Yeah,
I don't want that stress on me. I don't want the anxiety of that's just
I
not
get it.
that's not how I am. I'm like, oh, if it happens, amazing. If it doesn't, onward, so
You know what, Janelle? Let me ask like a super real question,
sure.
right? Are you truly forgetting about it?
I
Or is there something like, or are you like intentionally trying to put it in the back of your brain so that you don't like feel the weight of Hollywood and all of that pressure in
probably a
the,
little bit of both.
yeah.
Probably a little bit of both, because I'll tell you, honestly, I am surprised every year when the phone starts going. And people are like, let's go. That's the and I'm like, oh yeah. That's how and then I'm like, oh yeah. Then I call my mom. And then yeah, and then I keep it moving. I always, this is not something that I was ever in my, people are like, oh, your dreams are coming true. This isn't really anything I've ever dreamed about. So maybe that's why it's not hitting me. What I have dreamed about is living life on my own terms, enjoying what I do, making an impact, a positive one, if possible, and being open to opportunities. So when I get things like this, where you're nominated for an Emmy, it's less about, oh, maybe I'll win an Emmy. It's more like, look at how I'm winning at living life how I've been doing it, because it's like a what may be a I don't want to say alternative way of living, but you know what I mean? It's hard to just do what you want,
Yeah.
especially as a woman. And
I
that's what I've been
understand.
doing, and I've been getting rewarded for it. So that's what I want to remember more than, oh, Emmy nominations tomorrow. It's like, oh, Emmy nominations is tomorrow. If you get nominated, yet another indication that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and
Right.
and you're following a path that I you haven't even crafted, because again, None of this was in my, vision board, which is another thing I don't do. But if I were to have a vision board, none of this was on it. And how amazing is it that it's all filling in just by walking my path?
I love that for you. I really do. I am so, so happy for you. But wait, you don't do vision boards? You're a Libra, Janelle.
I don't. I think it's all in my head, maybe. I think it's all in my head. What do Libras want? Leisure, luxury,
Yeah.
love.
Love. The triple L's.
I don't need to put it on a board. It's in there. You know what I
This
mean?
is
But
true.
I think maybe like how you said, are you trying to forget or you are forgetting? I think the vision board thing is another thing where I'm like, I'm not even gonna put things together because once you want a certain thing, I feel like it blocks you from other things that might be better for you. Or
Ooh,
even more amazing,
I
So
like
why
that.
put this house and this man? Now I'm like, oh, I want this man or this house and I'm so working for it. And then maybe I get it and it still ain't it, you know what I mean? But I just know an idea of what I want, which is contentment and happiness and the ability to take care of me and my family while doing a thing that I love and keeping it open. And then it just comes to me. It really,
I
it
love
really
it.
does. Yeah.
How much fun are you having with this project, Miss Janelle, aka
Uh,
Ava?
I feel like the luckiest broad
Ah,
in the world. Truly, not only to be playing this character, but to have, my first major role be uh in this environment. Like, I really think it starts from the top and how Quinta has led us, her leadership, the things I'm learning from her just by watching her handle this huge responsibility that is running a show of this size and doing it so well has been amazing. So yeah, having lots of fun. I mean, again, if anything would be on my vision board, it wouldn't be a particular job. It would be a particular job that I have fun doing and that I enjoy more than anything else. And yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah.
so I feel like you
Also, I'm
have,
sorry, a job that's fun and where I feel like I'm learning something new every day, because that's very much a thing for me. Like, I need to be learning and doing something new and being in new environments. And this job is all of that in one. So I feel
mm,
super freaking lucky. Yeah.
you feel like you're learning something new, like every day you're
Yeah.
on set.
Yeah. When
Okay.
I'm every day I'm on set, every interview I do, every press run I do, every Emmy season, all of this is so new to me in the way of not having experienced it before and never having even really looked into it, you know? So
Great.
it's super, super new. I never gave a thought to uh what's an award season like? That's very, and that's something I think most people don't really look into or know what goes into, not only being nominated, but what the leading up to and the after and the actual awards and how that affects you and your career and your show that you're on and how important it is and all of those things. So it's every day I'm like, I like to feel my brain working.
Do you feel like it has really hit you yet, Janelle? And I mean, you've been doing, listen, it's almost season 5,
Yeah.
right? This has been going on for a while. Like
Mhm.
we mentioned before, nomination number 4. And listen, that's just like an Emmy nomination, right? Like, because you also won a SAG award, like the list goes on. But do you truly, in your heart, in your core,
Mhm.
feel like all of this success has truly hit you yet?
What do you mean by that? By hits me?
Some people, for instance, like if I don't get a nomination, like they're probably burying themselves like in a bottle of alcohol. You
That's
know
not.
what I mean? Or they seep and sunk into like some type of depression, right? Because to them, these type of accolades and this level of recognition,
Mhm.
drives them, like it ignites that fire underneath them. So do you feel like this level of success has really like hit you. Like you are Janelle James. Like, let's be clear. You know what I
Um,
mean?
I've been Janelle James before this show, though. I think that's what's happening.
That's true.
That's
That's
what's
true.
happening. Yeah, has hit me. Not in that way that you're saying. Like, I don't know if hitting me means that I am so disappointed if things don't happen. Like, I don't subscribe to that feeling or thinking because I have already won in my estimation. I want to win for the show. I understand in the business of this business that winning, that being nominated is important, being in our show being nominated, and then winning is important for our show. It keeps us in the conversation. It's free press. I understand that, but just having a statue, you know, I would of course honored to be recognized for the work that I'm doing, which I think is good work, you know. So that's more than anything. I just want to be doing good work. And so to just be doing that and not even focusing on the accolades and still being recognized is amazing to me. I'm not out here like actively trying to show myself as someone who wants accolades. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
asking for it. I am being recognized for the work that I'm doing. That's that's the award. That's the
That's
award.
more than a notion.
Yeah, and that's what matters. That's what matters at the end of the day. I have awards. I walk past them all the time, you know. I don't have any, but I have awards, and that's
Yeah,
nice. My mom loves it, you
I
know.
get
No,
it.
my mom loves it, but more importantly, the award says, "Hey, look at this work we're doing. Look at this show that I'm on. Look at the impact we've made.
Yeah,
Look at how this character has become part of the lexicon so quickly
yeah,
based on the work that I'm doing. Look at how I have used the skills that I've been building for over a decade and parlayed it into this new career and made such an impact, not only on television and the business, but teachers and principals, and most importantly to me, young Black women. Like those are the things that when you say, does it hit me when a young Black lady comes up to me and she's like, girl, and I'm like, girl, you know what I mean? And they say, oh, thank you for representing me. Thank you for, I see myself in you. Thank you for being a bad bitch. All that shit.
yeah,
My little kiki on the street. That's when it hits me. Like, oh, I'm doing something that is impacting people and then young ladies in an amazing way. And that the role that I'm playing and the person that I am in real life is something that is not readily available to be seen. Is
yeah.
being showcased, that I am representing, like I said, representing, and that makes me happy. So yeah, has that hit me? Yeah, because that didn't not necessarily in the first season did I feel like that. I was pretty much in shock for the first season.
Yeah.
Um, we I got this role like, straight out of the pandemic. I know that's now 6 years ago, which is wild, but it's still very much top of my mind. A very traumatic time for me and a lot of people. And then to have that immediately roll into being on a show, to it being a hit, to be nominated, to be in a room with Robert Downey Jr. Like my mind, I recently had to like sit down and like journal, like write out what I remember about that first year, because it's really, I was like in a fugue state. So for me to be under that, not only me, Quinta and all our other castmates, to be under that amount of stress and still do the work that we did. I mean, that's the award. That's the award. Like, dang, we killing this shit. Like, that's what I want to feel like. Like, I want to be part of something that's good. And yeah, yeah. I keep saying represent, but truly,
I love that. Listen, I feel like after this interview, I'm gonna tag
yeah.
you on
And when people
Instagram, like
ask me, does it hit
represent.
me? I'm just always just like, what do people want? Do people want me to be cartwheeling? I don't know.
Yeah.
what do they want? And I think that's a projection of how people think they would respond to what I'm doing. Like, good for you, however you would, but it's not you.
That's true.
That's what I would say. It's what I would say. It's not you. And my own unique path is what has made me who I am, somebody that is grateful to be doing good, impactful work.
Love it. And you're definitely doing it. You are. Listen, Janelle, are you able to like walk around the LA streets, New York, just anywhere you go without wearing like disguise and like without
I
security
am
nowadays?
I am able to. Of course. Is it smart? No. Sometimes I'm out, like I said, I forget that I'm me. And I don't know if I said that, but sometimes I do forget, like you said, do you know you're Janelle James? I do forget that I'm me. And I hope to keep that because I don't want to
Yeah.
be reserved, so guarded and up in some tower hiding all the time. But sometimes I do need to remember because just for safety reasons, uh that yeah, I need to remember that I'm me. So that's a new feeling um, of having to move differently
Yeah.
because of this, how popular um, this show is. But I always feel like as a comedian, I need to be amongst the people.
Yeah.
I need to talk to people. I need to experience things so that I have something to talk about, so that I'm knowledgeable. I feel like once comedians get isolated and have a lot of money, we get less funny, and that's not something I want. It also helps me to continue to play this character, which is a real archetype that exists, that is in
Yeah.
inner city Philly.
Yeah.
Children knows all the latest lingo and dance moves, and like I
Mhm.
need to be as a person around people to continue to portray this character well, and that's how I feel. So I keep, although I can be outside and I shouldn't, I keep going out there. And that is not my own uh not because of my own fears or whatever. It's just some people, and maybe they'll see this interview, just have to realize boundaries.
Yeah.
I would be outside and talk to everybody all the time if people would,
Yeah.
and this isn't everyone, but if everyone practice some boundaries and just remember that I'm a real person.
Yeah.
Even if you think I'm Ava Coleman, you wouldn't snatch her up by her arm, you know what I mean? Or, or shove a phone in her face or and things like that. So that's what makes, being outside walking around less enjoyable than it used to be. But it's not everyone. And I hope to keep forgetting who I am so I can be a person. Yeah. I want to continue to be that.
I want to double down on my next question because I know our time is soon coming.
Oh, yeah, no, not about much. No.
I'm taking that. I'm taking Wendy Williams. I'm taking it all
Oh,
because
yeah, asking great questions and not just the usual, how does it feel to? Yeah, so I enjoy. I appreciate it.
doubling down on you. Of course, I'm a journalist. It's an interview. I have to ask where is Ava going next season? Season 5. That's the first part of the question. The
Okay.
second part of the question is more personal
Okay.
because like we're Libra twins. Of course, I have to be me.
Okay.
What keeps you grounded in
Mm.
Hollywood, in television, film, being in the limelight, being on these red carpets, which is the last place that I saw you, and had the opportunity to interview when you had your pixie. But
It's still under there. No.
what is keeping Janelle grounded, and where can we expect to see Ava go
Okay.
next season? Anything you can tease or
I
share?
will say, I of course don't know the whole arc of the season, but we have had table reads for the first six. I will just from what I've discerned from those six episodes, Ava is experiencing love maybe for the first time, or at least what she thinks it is. You know,
Okay.
I think that's very Libra too. Like, we have our ideas of what it, love should be, and maybe even more importantly to unhealed Libras, what it should look like.
I
You know?
like that. Because
Yeah.
listen, Janelle, I've been married like 7 times, and listen,
Hey,
he ain't no ring on my finger.
not to tell my own business, but I feel you. So, never at a loss for suitors, but do we want to keep them is the thing. So,
Oh, I love that you just said that. That's so, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
and where not only do we want to keep them, but where do those thoughts come from? Like, is it
Yeah.
anyway? We could get into a whole other thing, but yeah. So Ava is experiencing that, and what I hope to happen is, the inclusion of Matthew Law as O'Shawn, continues to allow her to show more vulnerability and
Mhm.
different sides of her. She obviously, from as we saw from the last season, is like just learning a lot about herself just through this guy that may be the first guy she ever really likes, actually, not much less love. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, I like this guy. This guy is somebody who sees me and still likes it, is into it, but knows when to, I hate to say check me, but facts.
Yeah.
So you'll see that. What I hope to see is more of that and more maybe I would love to see her house. I would love to see where she lives. I love
Yeah.
that in the last season that even though she got fired, it turns out, that she is not a loser. Like that could have been the thing, like that she's been like a fraud this whole time who is struggling. And I love that she is the bad bee that she portrays herself to be, and
Yeah.
that it became her decision to come back to the school, not because of financial, or oh, I need friends or anything like that. It was her decision. Like, oh, I like this school. I like this environment. I care about these kids. I'm getting closer with this staff. Janine is you know what I mean? That
Mhm.
kind of, I love that. And yeah, that's what I hope to see more of that. More, more interaction with her dad. I one thing I like about this show is the realism of how we do relationships in that uh, her dad did come back, but it wasn't the cliche sitcom reunion that people wanted to be. I know our final scene that we had together where he comes and he tells me he's proud of me and da da da. That was a scene that I put a lot of thought into because my feeling is that Ava, as this adult woman who has now made her way successfully on her own in many ways in avenues as we find out, isn't necessarily going to be swayed by a pizza party and a special appearance, So it was a lot of thought into what kind of response I would give him saying he's proud of me uh and how she would receive that. And, that was between me and the director who, wanted like a bigger response, like a type. And I maintained that I will give him a semi smile. He has an earned teeth.
Yeah.
You
Earl teeth. You know what?
He has an earned teeth from her.
Right.
But you're proud of me. I don't even know you, sir. You know what I mean? I can feel that. I can feel a little gratified by it. But at the end of the day, that smile to me and how I was playing it is thanks. I'm also proud of me. That
Yeah.
that was, so I'd love to see how that evolves. And if he does get back in her life, what limps he needs to do to do that. It's not just an apology and showing up at the school a couple of times. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't got no say in it. We see. Tune in. See how that goes.
Before I let you go, Janelle, because clearly we can chat all day.
Yeah, I like you.
I
Libra.
know, I like you. Listen, I know that Tyler took on an episode directing one in the
Yeah.
past. Like, is that something that we can see happening with you? Like, is that something that you would like to take on and shoes that you would like to fulfill on this show, like creating your own
Yeah.
episode?
Okay, sure. First I wanted to go back. I didn't answer the second part. What keeps me grounded, I
Yeah.
really believe is getting into this part of this business and finding success already as an adult. I was already who I was before I came into this. I think
Yeah.
that keeps me grounded. I didn't come in here with dreams of fame and fortune and Lamborghinis and any of those
Yeah.
things. I again came in wanting to do good, fun work, and that's it. And then if all these other things came with it, that's the icing on top. So I think that's what keeps me grounded. Wanted to answer that. And then do I want to direct and stuff? Yes, that is something that I love about this gig. I feel like I can that I'm learning something every day. And then seeing Tyler, I mean, of course, Tyler has been in the business, you know, I mean, I was not surprised at how easily he slipped into the role, but it was still like word, like
Yeah.
I was totally teed up to razz him, like, don't tell me what to do, sir, and all that, and give him some shit. But he was so smooth with it. It was like, word. It was like, yeah, you've done this before. I trust you. That's exactly what I would do, or that's
Yeah.
exactly what should be done. And just seeing him, how he handled the kids, I'm sure from his own experience. Again, just another example of keeping yourself open and really taking the different experiences that you've had in life and how that without maybe even without a goal of like maybe one day I'll do this, realizing how all the things that you've done has led you to this place and
Mhm.
made you ready for this new experience. And that's what Abbott is doing for me. So yeah, if it comes up where I feel like I have the time, the energy, and the expertise. I don't want to just be like, I'm gonna direct because they not that even Quinta would let me, do it without, because Tyler did have to take his classes and shadow. And it's not you just, oh, I want to, and because you've been on the show for a while, you get to, like, you really have to take it seriously. So when I'm ready to take it seriously, yeah, I would love to do that. I'd love to write an episode. I don't know how that would work, but yeah, that'd be cool. But if it's just me playing Ava Coleman, that's also cool. That's
I
nice. And
love
it'll
it.
open me up for whatever comes next.
Absolutely. Janelle, you just really spoke to my spirit today. Like, I'm about to pull my journal out and
Oh,
start taking
wow.
notes,
Trying to get
representing.
better with that. I'm trying to get better with the journal. Yeah, maybe no vision boards, but journaling this year. That's what we'll do. Me and you, let's journal. Like
Let's journal. Yes. Janelle, thank you so much. It is always a pleasure
yeah,
to
definitely.
share space with you, whether it's in this capacity on a red carpet, an award show,
Likewise.
doesn't matter. I'm totally looking forward to seeing you on the red carpet at the Emmys.
Girl, I want to see what you're wearing.
And I want to see what you're wearing too. You got to have that pixie going on.
Oh no, yeah. It depends on the dress, what the hair does.
Yeah. Oh, what about like a platinum pixie for you? Like,
I did have that actually. I had
you
that
did.
all, yeah, I just came out of the platinum. As you know, that fries your hair off.
It does. It does.
And just the upkeep of it. I love it for like my little summer tr travels. It also helps me to be like a little less recognizable in the street. So usually every summer, and people don't know because I do so much different here. People don't know what's going on with me. And so usually every summer break that we get, it's not really summer. I do go platinum. I do love that look. But once we get back into Ava Land, I bring it back down because, as you know, she is a chameleon. So,
Yes, she
yeah.
really is.
Oh, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I don't have my dress or anything yet, so who knows what else will be happening. But I look forward to seeing you.
And I look forward to seeing you too. Thank you so much for your time today. And I'll talk to you very soon.
All right. See you. Have a good day.